And we're back on the SportsMax zone. Time to talk some tennis. Tennis fans were treated to a classic on Tuesday as Rafael Nadal wore down Novak Djokovic in a 4-set quarterfinal that began in May and ended in June. Over a grueling 4 hours and 11 minutes of action, Nadal, the 13-time champion at Roland Garros, prevailed 6-2, 4-6, 6-2, 7-6 over Djokovic in what was their 59th match, an open-era record. Djokovic has a 1-win lead, 30-29. Both men complained about the late start of the match, which began at 9 p.m. on Tuesday and ended at 1 a.m. on Wednesday in Paris. Nadal, who turns the 36 on Friday, insists he cannot predict which match may be his last at Roland Garros.
Yes, I can't say another thing, I am very clear about that, and I am, as I said, I am old enough to not hide things or come here and say a thing that I don't believe. I don't know what can happen. I think, as I said before, I'm going to be playing this tournament because we are doing the things to be ready to play this tournament, but I don't know what's going to happen after here. I have what I have there in the foot, so if we are not able to find an improvement or a small solution on that, then it's becoming super difficult for me. So that's it. I'm just enjoying every day that I have the chance to be here, and without thinking much about what can happen on the future. Of course, I'm going to keep fighting to find a solution for that. But for the moment, we haven't. So just give myself a chance to play another semifinals here in Roland Garros is a lot of energy for me.
Nadal will meet third seed Alexander Zverev in the semifinals on Friday as he hunts a 14th title at the French Open. He also has in his sights on a record extending 22nd major title. So, George and Lance, a lot on the line for Rafael Nadal. It might be his last. We don't know as yet. He has all these different records that I outlined. What did you make one of his performance yesterday? Well, this morning. And 2, can he defeat Zverev?
What we saw from Rafa against Novak, nothing new. We learned nothing new about him. We saw nothing new. What we saw was the same old cage fighter, the same street fighter, the same man who has a unique ability to drag a banged-up body to extreme heights of performance. When people talk about the greatest athletes of all time, not many, if anybody, will mention Rafa Nadal among them. But he has to be among them, because as you've been hearing me say all week, I can't think of any other sportsman who's carried so many injuries, so many potentially debilitating injuries through major competitions and beaten the best as often as he has. He is remarkable. He's like Old Man River. He just keeps flowing. And against Nadal, well, he didn't even need 5 sets. It was a battle of attrition over those 4 sets. And when it gets to that, there's only one winner in a tennis match if one Nadal, the man from Mallorca, is standing on the other side of the net.
Lance, we know of his chronic foot problem, which many have felt would have restricted him last night and this morning, but no.
Well, what I'd like to say about him is that in his advancing years, he's a lot more willing now to talk about some of the injuries he's had, because to his credit, there were many times in the past when he was suffering from injuries and he didn't talk about them. He just went out there and played. And, a lot of players don't do that. They highlight the injuries so that when they don't win...
So you feel sorry for them?
No, well, sorry for them. It's an excuse because, they had already put their cards on the table that they weren't 100%. And you could never have accused Rafa Nadal of that. So he's a gentleman. He's a terror and a very, very exuberant performer. And he just gets into a zone. And when he performs, I think all credit to him. And this all-time Grand Slam list now, with the possibility of him winning here to take him to 22, leaving Federer and Djokovic on 20, is pushing himself away from his 2 big rivals.
Well, in terms of what?
Number of Grand Slams won.
Oh, I thought because people...
The GOAT
I need to remind
discussion.
people that, listen, this is not about who has the most Grand Slam titles. This is about the best player ever.
Yes.
And there's no doubt in my mind who the best player is. But
Yes.
the man who I swear by is the best player, Roger Federer. There are qualities that Nadal has that he doesn't.
Well, what's for sure is Nadal has said he's pouring everything into this match.
Yes.
So we look forward to see if he finishes at the end, if he wins. All right,
Yeah.
on that note, we go to break. We'll be right back. Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news, and entertainment.